You want to enforce a non-existent dress code? Game on. Years ago I was working in a development lab for a large tech company. It was pretty casual, and there was no dress code until an old-school manager took exception to a couple of us showing up in tie-dye apparel. A coworker was sent home to change clothes, and I got lectured about professionalism and appearance, and it would be nice to see you show up in a real shirt sometimes. You know, with buttons and a collar. So I bought several of the ugliest, loudest, brightest tropical print shirts I could find. Yes, with buttons and collars. And those became my standard work attire forever after. Grumpy manager actually said, "Okay, I give up." Having worked primarily in offices with business casual dress codes with weird requirements like must wear dress shoes, and shirts must be tucked in, and stuff like that for jobs where we're not customer facing but never see anyone outside the company while on the clock unless it's the fire department because something's literally on fire. This is my go-to malicious compliance. I normally dress somewhere between Gomez Adams and Johnny Cash. It's too hot in Texas for double-breasted suit jackets. But everything's black with maybe a bit of red for an accent color on a tie or something. And I'll wear ties even if I'm not required to because it's just how I like to dress. But it's Texas. I'm not seeing any customers. It's 110 degrees and 100% humidity out. And you keep the thermostat on. The C-suite doesn't work here, so save money. If you tell me that I have to wear button-ups, I have a whole wardrobe of work clothes that are the loudest Hawaiian shirts and prints you have ever seen in your life. People can see me from orbit. And if I must suffer, your retinas must suffer. Also reminds me of the time one company got me so pissed. I dyed my hair fire engine red because the employee handbook said dyed hair must be a natural color. I even brought in the box that said the color was natural red. The box just didn't say. I bleached in white and left the red dye in to set for well over an hour. Past the recommended time before rinsing it out. There was a context-free mass email sent out with an amendment to the employee handbook that said red is no longer considered a natural hair color. I'd left by that point, but I heard apparently it caused some complaining from several ginger employees in other departments who didn't know what I'd done. Dress codes are occasionally ridiculous. When I first worked in a particular school around 1990, female teachers were not allowed to wear trousers. It was strictly tights and skirt. The number of times you put a hole in your tights, catching on the things small children left around the classroom, was amazing. But the local Catholic church, led by a very old, traditional priest, deemed trousers offensive and immoral in its female employees. Yeah, let's look at women's legs instead, because that's in no way erotic. Especially when the infant teachers are sitting on the foot-high chairs round the tables and the skirts are goodness knows where. It took me putting a motion to the school's governors to get the rule relaxed. For practical reasons around the younger children, it was very begrudgingly allowed. My only achievement in 8 years as a teacher governor. The grumpier the person, the more satisfying it is when they finally admit defeat. Hopefully he appreciated your dedication to this cause. I worked in the game industry for years. The only dress code was that you had to wear clothes, unless there was going to be a meeting with someone who might give us funding. Then the suits came out. Cool. When I visited one office in AS and wore Birkenstocks as it was typical AS summer weather. Well, once the SVP found out I was showing up again, an email came out to respect office dress codes. After talking to HR to confirm it was me, I knew what I had to do. Next visit I came in a full suit, polished dress shoes et al., making sure I visited the SVP in question to say hello. Sad to say the SVP left a few months later and before my next visit. My plan was to wear a black tie tux for the week. I had a manager try to tell me at one tech, internal, no customer contact job that I couldn't wear a collarless shirt. I spent a day printing off pictures of the C-suite secretaries from the intranet, 75% of whom had collarless shirts in their official profile shots, and told the manager to run their personal problem that only they in particular had passed the union and the board if they wanted to get that enforced across the country and 25,000 employees. Personally, I probably would have gone with a sheer button-down with black tape X's over the nipples. And maybe the belly button. I used to race bicycles. And I would ride my bike to and from school. Go the long way home to get more miles. When I was in high school, I was racing for a local team. I got tired of changing when I got to class. So my junior Persteradian year, I just showed up in a skin suit every single day. Nothing in the rules said I couldn't. Someone somewhere along the lines complained about my choice of attire. So the principal called me in. He told me someone complained and he asked me, "Do you have a pair of shorts?" To which I replied, "Yes." "Okay, can you please put them on?" I replied, "Oh, yeah, I'm actually wearing them right now," looking down at my legs in this cycling skin suit. Then looking up with a grin. The principal didn't like that. He sat back in his chair and said, "Well, you can't wear just that." I told him, "I checked the dress code. If you want to change them, please be my guest. But let me know when you do." He told me, "Bring regular shorts tomorrow." As I left, I never did. I told my friends about what happened, and the wrestling team caught wind of the whole thing. The following day, in support, they wore their wrestling suits to school. It was pretty great. Last company I worked for had normalish dress code requirements and odd enforcement. Basically no shorts or skirts, but rarely enforced the skirts. Unless your manager was a woman, then they enforced the skirt policy on better-looking women. Then they would hit guys with button-down shirts with that the shirt is not appropriate due to color. But the rules did not state colors. This backfired on me in the best, most hilarious way possible. We were required to wear neckties. I bought every cartoon tie I could find. My boss loved them tears of joy. Golf shirts and ugly plaid pants. The Hawaiian shirts too. Years ago, at my old job, in a corporate office doing IT, I wore Hawaiian shirts over a white undershirt all summer. The shirts were button-up and had a collar. No one said boo about it. I loved it. Had some cool shirts too. I was asked once, "What would your mother say?" And that is when I walked out of that job. It was a 100-degree day, pouring rain, and insane humidity. I wore shorts, but because I am bigger, I was told they were too short when countless women had the same type of attire. Just curious, did you ever get a promotion or a raise after that? Edit. Lol at getting downvoted for asking a simple question. Dress codes are even more importanter in an office where customers never come in. They can sense your lax apparel choices in the quality of your code. If the position you have does not interact with clients, customers, you should be able to dress as you wish. Okay, I give up. For the win. Bravo. Ha ha ha. Nice. Sure is plenty of immaturity in many of these comments. Did you get these shirts at Dan Flash's?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.